Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rebecca and today I would like to talk to you about self-worth. So for a long time I had dealt with low levels of real confidence, low level of self-esteem, and low levels of self-worth. And today I would like to share with you some tips and tricks how I improved my self-worth and my self-confidence by that. So first of all, where does low self-worth and low self-esteem come from? Low self-worth and self-esteem usually comes from the way you talk to and about yourself. So for example, and what you believe about yourself also is really important. So if you have a low sense of self-worth, most people will not believe that they are enough, that they are lovable, which both of them they are. Their mental conversation is likely to be like, oh, I'm so stupid, I cannot do anything, I'm so bad at all of this. And one other big thing that people with a low self-worth tend to do, and with low self-esteem, is they tend to compare themselves to other people. So first of all, about the comparison. If you want to get over your low sense of self-worth and self-esteem, it's really important to stop comparing yourself to other people, because you are not them. You were not raised the same way. You haven't experienced the same things. So it's literally comparing an apple to a watermelon and asking why the apple will never be as big as the watermelon, or whatever it is. It's just two completely different pair of shoes or fruits. So it is important that you stop comparing yourself to others, because when you stop comparing yourself only to who you were before, you can actually measure progress. Because when you start looking at, okay, what was I good at a month ago, a year ago, 10 years ago, depending on how old you are, you can see what progress you made. That shows you that you have improved, because the only one you should ever compare yourself to is who you were before, not to anybody else. So this is my first tip for increasing self-confidence and self-worth. And I know that sometimes we don't even notice. And for example, recently I've had a situation where I notice, and it's not so much about self-worth in this sense, but it's about the comparison, where I didn't even notice I was comparing. I had a friend of mine telling me that he went skiing, and I didn't get the chance to go skiing this year. And my first response was, oh my God, I'm so jealous. And then I noticed, wait, I'm comparing myself to that person in this sense. And it's not a fair comparison. So I changed that. Before I typed, oh my God, I'm so jealous, before I said that, the first thing I did was I paused and I actually changed it immediately to, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. I love skiing too. And it was a completely different feeling for myself, because if I had said, oh my God, I'm so jealous, and compared myself to that person in that moment, I would have felt worse. And maybe even gone like, oh my God, do I not deserve going skiing? Whatever it is. But I know that that was not true. So here, comparison can definitely come in more subtle ways than we tend to think of. So when you want to try to stop comparing yourself, be really mindful of what you think. So the next thing is what I said earlier about beliefs. So if you have the belief of, I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not lovable, or whatever your personal limiting belief is that keeps your self-worth and your self-esteem at a low level, for me what helped is a repetition. Whenever I have felt that old story coming up, like, oh my God, I'm not good enough, I said, no, that's not me. And I said, because I am good enough, because I am enough, because I am lovable. And I actually practiced saying that in the mirror. So for a couple of months, every morning, the first thing I did, and every evening, the last thing I did, was I went into the mirror, I looked myself in the eyes, and I practiced to say, I love you, I'm proud of you, I'm enough, I'm beautiful, and I'm lovable, and all of these things that I actually wanted to believe about myself. And at first, of course, it felt weird, and there were days where I didn't feel as pretty, and didn't feel like I was enough, or where I didn't feel intelligent, and where it was a little more challenging to say it. But I just practiced and practiced and practiced, because every belief is made out of repetition. Every belief is just a thought that was repeated over and over again until we believed it. So if you want to change your belief, it is important to stop the old thinking pattern and to install a new one, which is what you can do yourself by being very mindful of what you think in your mind, what you say to yourself, and then consciously take action by going in front of the mirror and doing all these exercises. So yeah, those are my 2 big tips on how to increase self-worth and self-confidence. And there's one more thing. One more thing is trying to make a list of things that you put off. So make a list of things that you always wanted to do, and really check, why haven't you done them yet? Is it because you were scared of how other people reacted? Is this because you really didn't have the time, or because, more important, you really didn't want to make the time? Or is it because it's just not as important? Make a list of all the things that you always wanted to do, whether it is read that one book that's been on your shelf for 10 years, or go to that place, or go to that restaurant, whatever this is. Make a list, and then really check, why haven't you done them yet? And then when you notice that you haven't done them because they're not important to you, you can just cross them off the list because they're not important to you. And everything that has a different reason, try to find a way to make each one of them step by step by step. Just do one little thing a week that you've been putting off for a long time. And it can be something, for example, if you always wanted to learn to draw, it can be something as drawing as little as 5 minutes a day. But it can make you, or writing, same for writing, 5 minutes, singing, sing one song a day, do one exercise a day. It doesn't really matter. It's not about finding hours and hours and hours. It's about prioritizing what's important to you, and then making room for it. And just a little bit of room can make you feel incredible, because you took the time to actually accomplish something that is important to you. So this was also something that helped me increase my self-confidence and my self-worth and my self-esteem, because by doing that, I actually valued what was important to me. So yeah, those are my 3 little tricks. So the first one was to stop comparing myself. The second one was to change my belief system through conscious mirror work. And the third one is to making sure that I stop putting things off, and yeah, do small progress every day. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you like, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.